November 2014. November 28th, 2014. I miss my fucking cat, man. It hasn't even been 24 hours away from Otis, and I feel a little bit lost. Mostly because I know I can't just turn back to hang out with him, and because I'm worried that he thinks I left him for good. This is by far and away not the first time I've left him to go do shit, but this feels heavier than before. More real and serious, like I'm gonna be gone for years. I love my cat. My ride-or-die homie. Ugh. It's gonna take far more than a day to get to Croydon, and we're probably gonna have to nuke Hal with a benzo every few hours to keep him flat and level. The man is all hopped up, worried about his mom and dad, and with every passing mile, only managed about 12 miles today, I think, he gets a bit more amped up. It's like he's snorting coke off the ruins as we slide by. Speaking of which, this place has seen some shit. Well, parts of it. We slid out of the gate at Shoreham Port at dawn this morning. Diesel engines and Fat Boy and Little Man churning away. We followed near to the routes we knew to be safe. Mostly, we did take a couple short detours, if only to avoid ambushes, and then headed north out of the Metro Brighton area. The route we took wasn't the most direct, but it avoided population centers, and it kept us away from lots and lots of intersections where we felt accidents were most likely to occur, causing road blockages. We were right? Somewhat. I would guess that we managed about 5 miles an hour for the day, but that was due to the roads being overgrown with grasses and fallen trees, and 2 more major issues we encountered that brought us to a halt. Undead were thicker early, wandering down the road, but Little Boy leading the way with Fagin driving just smashed those in our way to the roadside, or we were able to drive by without issues. There were a few clumps or herds that we thinned out with a few minutes of rifle fire at 100 yards before plowing forward, but those weren't even scary, just nuisances. We were in elevated, armored vehicles in the country at that point, with fields and pastures on both sides and very few houses. Felt safe, even with the undead funneled into the road. About halfway to where we stopped for the night, more on that later, we came to a spot where a single road joined ours. I think it was the A283. And we had to brake to deal with a traffic calamity. We had passed a large bus depot about an hour into our trip today, and lo and behold, there was an escapee bus that I can only image got skittish and leaped over a fence when the undead prowled into its bus pasture. It had tried to take a right-hand turn into an area of homes, and remember, Mr. Journal, here they are lost souls who drive on the left side of the road, like knights jousting with their ego lances, across traffic, and hit about 3 sedans in a head-on collision. The result catastrophe kicked the bus sideways in the road, half in a ditch, with 3 tiny cars all smashed into its front like barnacles on the hull of a shipwreck. About 6 undead were lingering in the area, and to move forward, we had to pull or push the bus out of the way. Fagin remained in Little Boy, the Ambo, and Sergeant Oak drove Fat Man. Lancaster stayed in the latter truck, and the rest of us dismounted and cleared the area with suppressed weapons. Again, nothing too scary. Not that many undead, and it was pretty clear. Weather was nice, too. About 50, I'd say. The interior of the bus had about 12 undead inside it, and we mowed them down, shooting through the windows. A few fell, and had to be put down by going in with the Halligan, but all in, it wasn't much of a challenge. Undead made more dead. We set up a perimeter and figured it out. Took over 2 hours.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it. at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.